What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another video right here on the Crypto Grind channel. I have been away for a while. The channel has been on pause for a few reasons, but we're back. We're looking at another gem. So if you are new to the channel, of course, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. And if you do find this video useful, the like button as well. It really does help the channel out. Now, moving straight on to what we're going to be talking about today in this video, and that is Octaspace. Now, they do quite a few different things. So we're just going to talk about it briefly and then look at the coin itself. So they offer a whole range of different services, including VPN, distributed computing. They have various use cases which support cloud storage, that sort of thing as well, which will be important in the crypto space moving forward. It's not something that gets looked at very often. But if you have a look at other projects like Crust Network as an example, a lot of people think, including myself, think it's going to do very well. And Octospace could be one of those projects that joins them with some pretty good returns in the future. So they have diverse range of distributed computing services, including GPU and CPU resource rental, VPN services, and of course the VPN services can be used widely. They are trying to bring it on. There are plans to bring it onto Android and iOS as well, not just your web browsers. So there is a bigger market for this as well. They offer security and privacy, reinforce privacy and security with its decentralized infrastructure and VPN options. By utilizing a distributed network of nodes, users can ensure that their data is protected from potential attacks and breaches, which is quite nice as well. And also, if you are on the environmental narrative, then this is quite good because of the rental of additional resources that aren't being used by individuals. They can rent that out. Of course, it's environmentally friendly. And that does help because this is a proof of work network. So of course it's going to be more computationally intensive. But if you are renting out distributed GPUs and CPU power from different areas, it's not going to cost too much in terms of energy and electricity because it's being used in an efficient way. Having a look at the tokenomics itself, you can see we're down about a 2x from its all-time high. So there are some gains to be made. It is a pretty new project as well, so you do need to put that into consideration that there probably is going to be a lot more in terms of price action. I mean, a market cap of around about 10 million is really, really low and gives you obviously that whole sort of idea that it can do a 50, 100x at the height of the next bull run if everything goes well. So price-wise, it's looking pretty good. There are some gains to be made. In terms of circulating supply, about 45%, so that's pretty good. You would like to see a little bit more, but 45% of circulating supply with a supply that is relatively low, sitting at 48 million. So the supply of a coin is actually going to sort of push the price up in the future, which I do like to see. So all in all, tokenomics look pretty good. The distribution of the coins as well is also pretty nice. So you're not looking at a rug. It's not like one wallet holds too much of the coin. And one thing that I also wanted to touch on here is the fact that we haven't had any listings on major exchanges like the likes of KuCoin, Coinbase, Binance, and so on. So when those listings come on, you're going to see this price actually do quite well and probably go a lot higher. So there is definitely room for improvement in terms of the price. So it is something, if you're looking at getting into a project pretty early with pretty good gains, this is one that you could look at with a market cap of 10 million. There's a lot of space to grow. Now, moving on to the website itself, we're just going to look at a few things. Number one is their roadmap. As I did mention, they are a pretty new project, so they have a long way to go before the full version and the full dream of the product is realized, but they are hitting their targets. The initial project launch has happened with a whole bunch of different listings and supports and that sort of thing. We're currently at integration at the moment where they have launched their testnet, the browser extension for the VPN service, Android VPN, is still on its way, and of course a Binance Smart Chain bridge as well, which is nice to see. So that is on its way. I would like to see some dates around this, when we can expect this to happen, because at the moment this is just open-ended. We can wait forever. Services and utility, we're still waiting for a few things to come along there as well. Again, I would like to see dates. This is one of the parts of the project that I am sort of skeptical on because we don't have dates of when this is actually going to happen. But I'm sure the team will be communicating this in time. So, watch this space. Then they go on and they have a whole bunch of available resources. They've got 670 CPUs, 134 GPUs, and I'm sure this will grow over time. So as the project becomes more popular, as the release of the mainnet happens, this will go in value, and of course, more people renting these things out. Now, another area that I'm not sold on yet is the fact that their team is not fully doxed. We do have the lead developer and the project manager doxed, and you can go into the LinkedIns and have a look. But developers, nowhere in existence. I would like to see a little bit more. Now, we've got lead developer here, but is that the CEO? I'm not too sure. So that is something that you do need to be cautious of as well. Make sure that you understand that it is slightly more risky because of this, because we don't really know who the leader is, who the CEO is, or anything like that. Anybody can be named Boris and anybody can be named James Davies. So in terms of the developers as well, we don't know who they are. And that is one sort of area that I love seeing a docs team, and that's not 100% for me just yet, but that can change over time. Now, moving on finally to their socials, 10,000, nearly 11,000 followers. So they do have a pretty big community, a community that is growing fairly rapidly. And they are very active in terms of letting everybody know what's going on. So you can see they've just released a thread less than an hour ago at the time of recording about a huge, big update that has been come through on the space. And I would like to see a bit more in terms of the team doxing themselves, having AMAs and that sort of thing, but I do think that is coming. So overall, a rating out of 10, I would probably say that this is a 7. It's, I would say, a fairly safe bet with some risk involved. So definitely don't go all in. Make sure you can only invest what you can afford to lose. Always do your own research. Remember, nothing I say is financial advice. You have to be comfortable with investing the money that you have worked hard for. This can be a 50 to 100x in my opinion, but we would like to see a lot more happening before that. I can say for sure if that will actually happen. I am going to be watching this carefully. There will be updates from my side on this project, so watch the space. If this is something that you have enjoyed, please remember to like and subscribe, and of course I'll see you in the next one.